Hi, I am Beaver Buddy. What if you could find your real family far from home? At the end of this story, you will find a moral that you will never forget. In a forest of twisted trees and glowing blue moss, a small creature named Nilo lived in a hollow pumpkin. He wasn't a squirrel, nor a raccoon. He was a snip. Snips were rare, fluffy-tailed beings with ears like leaves and noses that twitched when they sensed kindness. But Nilo had never met another like him. Raised by forest wind and fallen leaves, Nilo often asked, "Where do I belong?" But the trees stayed silent, and the stars gave no answers. One morning, while watching the mist rise, he spotted a curious figure, a tall walking teapot with tiny arms and a ribbon tied around its spout. "Goodness," said the teapot. "Are you lost or just growing?" Nilo blinked. "I don't know what I am. I'm just alone." The teapot tilted sympathetically. The teapot's name was Miss Poffin, and she made mint steam with every sigh. "Come with me," she said. "Let's find what you're missing." Together, they wandered through glowing caves, caramel rivers, and fields where mushrooms whispered. Nilo laughed for the first time in moons. In a village shaped like patchwork quilts, they met a clock-faced boy named Tico, whose hands ticked backwards when he was nervous. "You don't know where you belong either?" Nilo asked. Tico nodded. "I was built, not born. They say I'm a mistake, but I still tick." The three became inseparable. Miss Poffin brewed calming tea, Tico measured time in joy, and Nilo told stories with his glowing tail. But one day, a shadow arrived, a royal envoy with stone eyes and heavy boots. "The last of the Snips must return," he declared. "You are property." Nilo's heart trembled. "I'm not a thing," the envoy sneered. "You belong in the citadel, with others of your kind. It's where you should be." Miss Poffin steamed furiously. Tico's hands spun so fast they blurred, but Nilo's thoughts were louder than any clock or kettle. "Am I supposed to go?" Nilo whispered. "Even if I don't know them? Even if I feel like I'm finally found here?" That night, Nilo sat beneath a branch made of mirrors. His reflection didn't look scared. It looked determined. At dawn, he faced the envoy. "Maybe the citadel is my origin," he said, "but it's not my home. My home is with those who see me." The envoy snarled, "You'll regret this." But Miss Poffin and Tico stood tall beside him. "We choose him too," they said. With a growl, the envoy turned to dust, as if refusing kindness had made him crumble. The sky cleared, and Nilo felt lighter. That very moment, something changed in Nilo. His leaf-shaped ears glowed, and from his fur grew tiny blossoms of shimmering light. "What's happening?" gasped Tico. Miss Poffin giggled. "You're blooming, dear. That only happens when a snip finds real family." A wind swirled around them, wrapping them in warm golden petals. Nilo cried, but this time they were tears that watered joy. The forest sang, literally. Trees hummed harmonies, and fireflies performed a ballet just for them. The pumpkin house grew taller and wider, expanding with every giggle, every shared story, every memory made. Nilo stitched a flag for their trio, a leaf, a clock, and a teacup dancing under a moon. It fluttered proudly atop their home. Animals and odd creatures visited them often, drawn by the light of Nilo's blooming fur and Miss Poffin's calming scent. And Tico, once nervous, now ticked in perfect rhythm, knowing he mattered, not because he was built, but because he was loved. Seasons passed, snow melted into laughter, and wind carried lullabies. Their little chosen family became the heart of the forest. One evening, Nilo whispered to the stars, "Thank you for not answering. I had to find my own voice to ask the right question." And just like that, three beings that once felt broken built something stronger than blood or origin, a home that chose them too. Moral: sometimes family isn't who you come from. It's who stays, who understands, and who loves you just as you are. See you soon with more magical adventures, wonderful places, and heartwarming tales with Beaver Buddy.